Welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I've uploaded. I'm Mr. Big C, and I'm happy to be back on Forza Horizon 4. I have been making Forza videos since Forza Motorsport 4, but took a long break, and I'm finally back. I have a new PC. Hopefully I can make new videos. I'm getting this set up for Horizon 5 for the release. I am on the Porsche GT2 Wheel from Fanatec, the full 6-speed setup. Pedals. Today I'm going to be making a little drift build, maybe an NA build, we'll see. So let's go and see what kind of car we want to slide today. NA build would be fun. Since it is downhill, we'll do the downhill. I'm going to do a Fairlady Z. Okay, so let's jump into upgrades. So first things first, let's look at the wide body options. Yeah, that one's a little bit too much for my liking. I'm going to stick with this Forza kit. Now let's put a inline 6 in, although that is turbocharged, because the stock powertrain is not going to make us enough horsepower. Let's do a 6.2 V8. It's a pretty beefy NA engine, I know, but we're going to keep that power down. Don't want too much, especially using the wheel. It's going to be a handful. I'm going to aim for around 550, 600 horsepower. We'll for sure do the flywheel, oil cooler. Oops. There, we're at 580. Go to the brakes here, fully upgrade the brakes and the suspension, of course. The drift suspension. Sway bars. We're going to add some rigidity to the frame. Lighten that up a little bit. Fully upgrade the drivetrain. I'm excited for the drift diffs. That's going to be really cool. And the drift tires in the new game. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to experience that. For the tires, we're probably just going to do street. Let's go with 235 in the front and 255. Should be a good start. Might need a little bit more in the rear. Actually, these look mint. I do like that. Since it's a super classic JDM, we're going to keep them smaller, on the smaller side, so 15-inch. That's looking real good right now. If we could get a little whale tail on there, yep. Oh, this is turning out great. That actually looks really clean. I'm gonna have to do that. Yep. No bumper. I almost went for the mud flaps, but not today. Now keep in mind, this is what I drift with. Everyone kind of has a different tune setup for what they drift with. You can start with mine and play with it a little bit. But this is what I use usually when I'm using the wheel. Let's add a little bit of speed to the transmission. Gear ratio. Bring this to 2.2 and 3.3. This here, get that back end to kick out a little bit more. Stiffen everything up a bit. More so in the rear. Keep it low. Yeah, stiffen this up. There we go. Brake force, I like to put a little more to the front. And a little more pressure, just in case you need to slide it a little bit on the front. It's nice to do. Midway through the corner, need a little more angle, a little more distance. Okay, so there's a bass tune. Let's start with that. Let's head to the top of the mountain. I'll meet you there. Alright, so here we are. It looks like we got a little bit of traffic on the mountain today. It's a nice sunny time of the day though. No rain. It seems to rain a lot here. Warm up those tires. Alright, I'm going to just try using this view here. If you guys want me to maybe change it up, I will. Once I get the wheel cam going, which I hope to in the future, I want to use this camera angle, but just for today's sake, I want you guys to see my inputs. So we're going to use this. Let's get a good run up here. So already this thing's performing perfectly. Just enough power. Unreal, holds the angle perfectly. Ride that wall, that's great. Up and fourth. Back down to third. Ride that wall. There we go. Yep, I like that. Okay, we're gonna grab fourth. We're gonna get a lot of speed here. Not a whole lot of angle, but had to compromise it for the speed. Really overcooking it here. Brought it back. So we're just gonna ride this out. I'm very impressed with how this thing is doing already. A little bit much there. Could maybe use one size up in the front tires, just for that little bit of extra grip for pulling it back. But regardless, real smooth. I think the addition of the drift suspension really helps with a lot of cars. Yeah, sent it a little bit farther. Alright, so I'm gonna head back to the festival here. Make a couple of tweaks, not even in the tune, but in the upgrade aspect of this build. Just to really dial it in.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, so $235, let's do $245, and in the rear, let's do $265. Just a little bit more pull around those corners without changing the compound of the tire. Aside from that, I don't think I'm going to really touch much. Let's give that a try. See if I can hold that angle a little bit more on the edge, full lock. Raining now, of course, and it is nighttime. So I guess it is a good thing we did add that grip in the back. We're going to need it. Nonetheless, we're going to give it a shot here in the rain. This thing is a third gear monster. Not to mention that LS is a really strong drift engine. Has power anywhere. You can already tell that that little bit of extra grip, even though we're in the rain. I'm able to pull the front end back. Just a little bit easier. A little more forgiving. Although on these longer corners I am struggling. Keeping it sideways. Okay, now I think to fix that issue, once we get to the bottom, I'm going to maybe add a little bit of tire pressure in the rear. The front seems to be pretty good right now. Maybe a little bit of camber in the rear as well. Okay, let me head back to the top here and make some adjustments. Alright, so I waited for the forecast to pass over. We're going to put a little more of a tune into it here, just add some pressure to the rear and the front. Same thing here, we're going to add a little bit to the rear and the front. Why not? We're going to throw this up one. Bring this down one. Let's give it a shot. Send it down the mountain now that it is dry. Oh, look, it's raining again. Well, we'll give it a shot anyway. Yeah, a little more slide. That's nice. Come on, ride that wall. Oh yeah, I think this thing's pretty much dialed now. Ride that wall. Grab fourth. Come on, hold it. Oops. That was my mistake. Never want to push that by accident. That low end torque is great for some of these tight corners. Might need to add a little bit in third. Yeah, I'm going to head back to the top, add a little bit more speed to third gear. I think that'll really give that little bit extra on those longer corners. We do have the low end torque to bring us out though, if we stay in third. Let's just bring the whole thing down a little bit, and then we'll add a little bit to third. Alright, back at the top, dry pavement. Let's give it a run, a proper run. Just the perfect amount of slippage. Not to where it's rev banging, but you can be wide open throttle and it's just holding a nice RPM up there. Oh, too much oversteer. That's a driver error. Hold that wall. There we go. I'm gonna have to try and grab fourth. Yeah, there's not enough juice for that long corner. Yeah, definitely a lot better in the dry. That's a great angle. It's almost full lock all the way around. Hold that wall. Down into second for those tight ones. Back into third. Hold that outside line. Just like that. There we go.
You have arrived at your destination.
Not too bad. A little bit rusty still on the wheel, on the new system and everything. But I'm sure the skill will rise the more I play. Alright, and with that, that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. This is more for a testing purpose. Make sure everything's rendering properly and quality's good and that audio's good. Like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.